Shalom all, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to Divinely Decked Tarot and Oracle Reviews done Stacy style. And today is day 5 of 5 VRs in 5 days. And wow, what a journey it has been. So this is an homage to Tammy Pie. I found out about this 5 VRs in 5 days through her videos. And day 5 today is about secondhand decks. And this is attributed to Spirit of Avalon. And I can't wait to check out Spirit of Avalon's original for this. Now, Tammy Pie, admittedly, when she did all these, she was like, I'm not really like filling out the descriptions in the way that I'm supposed to in the description box. So I'm just kind of rolling with it. And the prompt is secondhand decks. So I don't know if there are deeper prompts with that secondhand decks, but I'm just going to kind of keep it simple today. And I just pulled out 3 secondhand decks that I have. I have quite a few now because I recently just did a kind of an eBay purchase where I bought a lot of tarot decks and, you know, just said, okay, well, let's just have some fun and see where things are at. And I recently did a series of videos on each of those decks. So I don't want to kind of revisit all of that. So I'm just going to touch base on a couple of them. But today we are looking at the Shakespearean Tarot, the Tarot of the Renaissance, and the Reigning Rouge Tarot. I do have another deck called the Cosmic Tarot that I got in Sedona in a used bookstore, which is really cool. But I also have included that in a video. So I'm trying to shift things up a little bit. Believe it or not, I do have a really huge tarot collection, and all of the prompts seem to draw me to different decks. So I'm going to come up with some of my own prompts one of these days, and maybe do my own little VR to be able to showcase some of the things that I'm not showcasing in these. But I want to be authentic and keep it real to the prompts. So this is a very interesting deck that I got off of eBay. It's got a very tiny, it's well done, but it's a, you know, just kind of a tiny pamphlet of the little descriptions of the book. And this is by Sam Sawyer. And I'm going to say to you, I got this deck and I'm not in love with it. I'm sort of, this is a deck that I'm getting used to, that we're having conversations. We're getting to know one another. I want to say we're dating each other. I'm trying to figure out if there's going to be a romance here, or if it's just going to be friendship, or if we're going to part, you know, go our separate ways, you know, part ways. It is a standard tarot. It feels like a slightly different, slightly better quality of card deck with the US games. It is gilded, which is nice. And I mean, it had me at purple. In fact, I think that's the full review that I did with this deck. I was really drawn to the purple energy of the cards. Sorry, I'm going to just move this over here because it's a shinier deck. So here we have the 2 of Swords. We've got a little bunny. We don't even see the bunny's face. They're just looking up at the moon, trying to figure out what direction they need to take. 10 of Swords. This is a disturbing image for me because I have a hard time with animals in peril. I didn't realize that when I bought this deck, that there were going to be animals in peril. Justice, another one where there's a sword through the poor crow that's coming up. 9 of Cups, you know, and this deck, a secondhand deck owned by somebody else, it's in excellent shape. So I can tell that maybe the person who bought this deck before me, who chose to sell this deck, maybe was not as enchanted with it in the same ways that I am, that they used it for a little bit and then they decided, you know, maybe this isn't the deck for me. Here we have the Judgment card with the owl, Wheel of Fortune. This makes me think of like someone who's exercising, but the fact that their hooves have been cut off is a little bit weird. The Magician. I love that the cat is the magician. Here we have the King of Wands. It's a fox. The wands are all foxes. 2 of Cups. They're mice. The cups are mice. 4 of Cups. Here we have the High Priestess. Sorry about Mr. Neo there. I have a person that comes and takes care of my my lawn stuff and weeding every Sunday. I'm recording this on a Sunday, and so Neo is very disturbed by the fact that there is a person in his backyard. Hi. Yeah, I see you. Oh my goodness. So yeah, this it's a secondhand deck, and I gotta say to you, like, meh. I don't really I mean I have so many new decks, and for me, like, I get excited when I have something new. I just, like, I can't stop myself. I want to use it right now. I can't put it down. I have not felt the need to pull this deck out, with the exception of the full box review that I did and today. So yeah, I think this might be a secondhand deck that I might actually make third hand. Here we have the Tarot of the Renaissance, and this, it's a Lo Scarabeo. This was a really pleasant surprise. I was surprised. I didn't know if I was going to like the imagery of this. This is a vintage deck. I think it's the 80s or the 90s. Again, this was like kind of in a box. Came in a box with a bunch of things, and I thought, okay, well, I'm trying to expand my horizons. I'm trying to add some decks to my collection that are, maybe a little more traditional or have a little more history to them. I believe this is in the Taroki style. So I was like, okay, we'll take a look. It's reversible. The cards are a little thinner. It's not as wide as a traditional tarot, but the same length. And, I wasn't sure. I don't always like the border, and I don't always like all the, sort of that old school style energy, but this, I enjoy the imagery. I've been really surprised at the imagery that has been coming through. And this also came out of that lot. I actually had some tarot decks off and on throughout the years that have been gifted to me. And there's one in particular, I think it was Tarot of the Masons, or the Masonic Tarot, that a friend and client gave to me, and it's a pip deck, and I just don't connect to pip decks. So I ended up rehoming it to someone who absolutely loves pip decks, and I was so happy to be able to do that, because otherwise that deck was just going to sort of sit there. This deck I have already used in my personal tarot practice, and have gotten some pretty interesting information from it. And I have plans to use it on my channel as well. It's really fun. And I'm really surprised that the imagery speaks to me as well as it does. But it really does. It makes a lot of sense. Is it my favorite deck? No. It's not a deck that I'm gonna, wake up in the morning and I can't wait to, or I just know this is the deck I need to pull from. It's not that kind of imagery and artwork for me. But am I happy that I have it as part of my my collection? Absolutely. This is definitely a happy surprise, and one that I feel is broadening my horizons. Yeah, this one always impresses me. The Nine of Swords. She doesn't look in distress at all. She just looks like, I'm tired and I'm going to have to walk up these stairs and I just need a break. Like, I just need a break. But I don't feel a lot of anxiety here. And, like the style, like some of the, I want to say some of the messages are a little bit out of order, like Seven of Swords versus the Five of Swords. Like when, I feel like those should be reversed, based on the Rider-Waite-Smith. But again, this is a different style. And so then there's a little different order, and that is challenging me in a good way. So that is the Tarot of the Renaissance. And then the Shakespearean Tarot. I chose this because this was actually the deck in that lot box that appealed to me the most. And I am not mad at it. So I actually did a full review. If you want to check that out on my channel. As you can see, there's a lot of damage to these boxes. That doesn't really faze me a lot at all. because I'm not reading the box. I'm, using the decks. But again, I liked having this as the idea that I would have this as part of my collection. And I love Shakespeare. Again, this is a thinner cardstock, but still the same length as a traditional tarot. It's got a little bit of a shine to it. It is reversible, decent quality of card back. Here we have the King of Orbs. So orbs in this deck are the cups. So this is King of Cups. The Star. I love that, like on each of the cards, we have a Shakespearean verse. A star danced, and under that I was born. Much ado about nothing. The Hanged Man. Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. I love the imagery here. Very easy to read, easy to interpret. 5 of Crowns as pentacles. What gold and jewels she is furnished with. The Merchant of Venice. I love all things Shakespeare. I always have. So this is kind of a natural addition to my collection. The High Priest. I feel within a peace beyond all earthly dignities. King Henry VIII. 4 of Scepters. I speak of dreams. Romeo and Juliet. The Lovers. Go, get thee to thy love, as was decreed. Romeo and Juliet. So I do have other decks that are secondhand. Like I said, I have the Cosmic Tarot, and that was in the 90s. I believe that I got in Sedona, but I did also feature that on the channel as well. So that is my day 5 of 5 VRs in 5 days. And thanks to Tammy Pie for introducing me to this VR. Thanks to all of the VRs, including Spirit of Avalon, who introduced this. And you guys have inspired me to come up with some of my own. So I just want to say thank you so much for inviting me into this incredible community. I hope you've enjoyed this 5 VRs in 5 days. And until we see you on the next video, I hope you have the most amazing week. And we will see you on the flip side. Transform well. That's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was great to connect with you guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more content like this. And feel free to follow me on Blue Sky for even more content every single day. Can't wait to see you guys next week for another installment of Black Feather Couture, Divining the VIP Life.